Who haven't used the internet like ever in the past few years, there's a popular theory running around about Game of Thrones, one of their main characters, Jon Snow, that he's not actually the bastard son of Ned Stark, but he's actually a Targaryen, and the son of Rhaegar and Lyanna Stark. And this has many backings in the books and the show, even though some people want to say R plus L equals D, or A plus B equals John, or C plus Q equals pi. R plus L equals J is the most popular theory, and it makes the most sense with Jon. Jon is the center of much of the mystery and lore in the series. Not all of it, but a lot of it. And if he did become a Targaryen, a lot of people expect him to sit on the Iron Throne in the end of the show, or expect him to be, this super bad apple hero that destroys all the White Walkers and teams up with Dany and blah blah blah. And while this would make for a really Lord of the Rings-esque story, it's not really in George R.R. Martin's writing style to make his story that clear-cut. Now, I do agree that Jon Snow is a Targaryen, but let's see let's see how many times this theory could fall apart, or Jon Snow actually realizing he himself being a Targaryen really wouldn't matter in the grand scheme. Let's jump right into this. Let's fist this thing right in the butt crack. Let's see where this thing goes. Now, it's no secret that Ned Stark is a very shy guy. He's a very innocent man, even though he busted like 5 mean nuts and got like 5 true-born children. Even you can see here in this little clip, even when he's kissing his wife, like no tongue, closed mouth. Like Catelyn is going in like and Ned's just like You see, he's very innocent. I'm not buying that he would just bang a random whore, or he would just bang that Ashera Dayne chick. And besides, him banging Ashera Dayne doesn't make any sense, because after he kills everyone at the Tower of Joy, him and Howland Reed, ride back to Starfall to bring back the Great Sword Dawn to Starfall, and people think that he boned Ashera Dayne, and that's why Ashera Dayne supposedly killed herself. But come on, really? Ned would do that? I don't think so. And then that would require him to stay at Starfall for 9 months, and people would be pretty suspicious. How do we know, really? Robert's not going to go looking for his best friend? No one's going to go looking for Ned to see if he's alive? It'd be way too suspicioso. Now, Rhaegar and Lyanna banging in a tower for months would make sense, because the entire scope of the war takes place roughly within the time frame of a year, even though there are way too many events for it to be going on in just a year. But yeah, it's just it makes more sense, because Jon would have been born within 9 to 10 months, So it just wouldn't make sense for Ned to have Jon in Starfall. It sounds stupid when you really think about it. So, that's why a lot of people believe Jon is a Targaryen. But here's why I really think, here's some reasons why it doesn't matter. And I'm saying, it'd be cool for him to be a Targaryen, but just think about it. Would it really matter? I'm gonna give you some of my reasons why I think it doesn't. Right? Pretty boy Jon Snow sitting on the throne. It's what everyone wants. It's what I want. But it's never gonna happen. And here's why. To start off, I'd just like to mention that Jon isn't king material. He has the same wannabe hero stubbornness that was the downfall of his brother and father, or uncle, or cousin. So him being king would likely result in an early assassination. But the question is, would he want to? Jon is extremely loyal to the Night's Watch, up until his death, and he had a certain goal to unite the Crows and Wildlings. Would he really want to sit on the throne, especially after what happened to his father and brother? I think not. It's not in Jon's character to be a king. If Jon did make a play for the throne, who would believe him? Everyone at the Tower of Joy except Howland Reed has fallen. Ned Stark dies without ever telling Jon who his mom was, leaving Howland the only one who knows. But besides that, who would really believe him? Jon doesn't even look like a Targaryen, and while this may be because of Lyanna's looks, who would buy it? No one. And Jon would have no one to back his claim, even if he made one. And another thing, wouldn't he still be a bastard? How do we know that Lyanna and Rhaegar married? And who could prove it? But let's just say that Jon does claim the throne. What happens when Dany shows up looking to take over Westeros? She shares the same lust for the throne as her brother, so she just definitely isn't going to give it up. And if Jon doesn't, that would plunge the Seven Kingdoms into war, and that would be a pretty bad thing. That's pretty much why I think the whole Jon becoming king of the Seven Kingdoms is a pretty stupid idea. One, he's too naive and he's too much of a good guy. Two, it's just not in his nature to want to be a king. He's too loyal to the Night's Watch and the Wildlings, and he's too busy uniting them. And three, who would back his claim? And four, he doesn't even look like a Targaryen. And even if he knew that he was a Targaryen, why would anyone else believe him? So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And blah, blah, blah. Have a nice day.